Am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in the last lectures, we started with the electromagnetic wave theory, and then we discussed some basic things like Biot-Savart law, Gauss divergence theorem, Stokes theorem, and then basic laws of electricity and magnetism. Equation of continuity we discussed, right? So, equation of continuity is divergence of J plus d rho by dt is equal to 0. Okay, where J is the surface current density and rho is the volume current density. Okay, so this is the divergence theorem. Then we discussed the four basic laws of electricity and magnetism. So students, today we are going to discuss the most important part of this chapter, which is Maxwell equations and their significance. Okay, Maxwell equations and their significance. So let us start with the topic. Okay, so there are four fundamental equations in electromagnetism, which is known as the Maxwell equations. And the equations are: number one, divergence of D is equal to rho, that is differential form of Gauss law in electrostatics. Differential form of differential form of Gauss law in electrostatics. Okay, second one is divergence of B, that is magnetic flux density, is equal to 0. So this is the differential form of Gauss law in magnetostatics.
Ma'am, is it 0 or O?
This is 0. This is 0. The net magnetic flux through a closed surface is equal to 0. Third one is curl of E, that is electric field intensity. Curl of E is equal to rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time, which is the differential form of uh, Gauss law in electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. Fourth one is curl of H, that is magnetic field strength, is equal to J plus dD by dt. This is Maxwell's modification of Ampere's law. This is Maxwell's modification of Ampere's law. So here H is the magnetic field strength, J is the surface current density, and D is the displacement current. This we are going to discuss in detail. Okay. So let us discuss these equations one by one, and we are also going to derive these equations from the basic laws of electricity and magnetism. Okay, so let us talk about the first equation, that is del dot D is equal to rho, or divergence of displacement vector is equal to rho. Rho is the volume charge density. Okay, so this equation, we can derive this equation from the Gauss law in electricity, right? And Gauss law in electricity states that the surface integral of E dot ds is equal to q upon epsilon naught times 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed within the surface. Okay, if you have a closed surface, then the surface integral of the electric field strength through this closed surface S is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed within this closed surface S. Okay, so this is Gauss law for electricity, right? Now using this Gauss law for electricity, we can find out this equation. So how to do that? We can just write this equation in the form, if we are taking epsilon naught to this side, so this will give you epsilon naught surface integral of E dot ds is equal to q, where q is the charge enclosed, or that means, because if you multiply this epsilon naught, which is the permittivity of the free space, with the electric field strength, then this gives you the displacement vector d. Okay, electric displacement vector d. So this is d dot ds. This I told you in the last lecture also. If you see the last lecture, see here, d is equal to epsilon e. So if it is a medium, then you will be using epsilon. Otherwise, if it is free space, then you will be using epsilon naught. So here we are talking about the free space. So this is epsilon naught e is d. Okay, so d dot ds is equal to q, the charge enclosed, right? So that means surface integral of d dot ds is equal to q, charge enclosed. Now we also know that the volume charge density rho is given by dq by dv, right? And from here, if you want to find out the charge enclosed through a particular volume V, then we must have q is equal to volume integral rho dv. Okay, if we are talking about a particular volume, let us say V, and if we want to find out the entire charge enclosed within this volume V, then this we have to take the integration, we have to take the integral over the volume, over the entire volume V. So this will give you q. So q is equal to volume integral rho dv. So that means I can just put this value over here. So this will give me surface integral of d dot ds is equal to q, which is further equal to volume integral of rho dv. Right, students? Okay, so now I can just change this surface integral into volume integral by using Gauss divergence theorem. So using Gauss divergence theorem, the surface integral of d dot ds is equal to what? The surface integral of any vector field is equal to the volume integral of the divergence of that vector field. So means surface integral of d dot ds is equal to volume integral of divergence of divergence of d dv, right? So we can just put this value of surface integral d dot ds in this equation. Let us say this is 1. So putting this value in 1, we will get volume integral divergence of d dv is equal to volume integral of rho dv. Okay, now since on both sides we have the volume integral, so we can just collect both of the integrals on one side and other side can be made 0. So this will give you volume integral divergence of d minus rho dv is equal to 0. Okay, now since the volume is arbitrary, means it has certain value, this is not equal to 0, so it means this integrand inside the bracket, this must vanish. Okay, so this should have the 0 value. Okay, in order to make the 0 on the right hand side, one of the quantity must have 0, must be 0. So volume cannot be equal to 0 because this we have selected certain value, this is arbitrary value, so this integrand must vanish. So the term inside the bracket, this must be equal to 0. So that means del dot d minus rho is equal to 0, which means del dot d is equal to rho. Okay, so this is the differential form of Maxwell equation number 1. This is the differential form of first Maxwell equation. This is the differential form of first Maxwell equation. ठीक है, so this is your first Maxwell equation. I will also let you know the physical significance जब हम इसका इंटेग्रल फॉर्म देखेंगे ना. ये जो अभी आप कर रहे हो, this is the differential form of Maxwell equations, right? इसका इंटेग्रल फॉर्म भी होता है, जबकि इंटेग्रल फॉर्म वही है जो आप इसको यूज कर रहे हो, एंड जस्ट इसका इंटीग्रेशन कर दोगे तो आपको इंटेग्रल फॉर्म मिल जाएगा इसका, है ना. पर उसको हम बाद में करेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट अस गो फॉर द differential form of the Maxwell equations. So this is the first Maxwell equation in its differential form. Okay. Okay. Should I move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us go for the second Maxwell equation. So Maxwell's second equation is divergence of B is equal to 0, right? So this equation can be derived from the Gauss law in magnetism. Okay, and the Gauss law in magnetism states that the number of magnetic lines of force entering any arbitrary closed surface is exactly the same as the number of lines leaving it, right? मतलब हमारे पास अगर कोई भी arbitrary surface S है, तो इसके अंदर जितनी भी मैग्नेटिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स एंटर कर रही हैं, उतनी ही मैग्नेटिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स उसको लीव कर रही हैं, राइट? सो दैट मीन्स द टोटल मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स इनसाइड अ क्लोज्ड सरफेस is equal to 0. That is B dot ds is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the Gauss law in magnetism. Gauss law in magnetism. Okay, यहीं पे Gauss divergence theorem use कर लीजिए. So using Gauss divergence theorem says that the surface integral of any vector field is equal to the volume integral of the divergence of that vector field, right? तो यहाँ पे क्या है, surface integral of B है, so इसको हम convert कर सकते हैं into volume integral. So this will become volume integral of divergence of B dV is equal to 0. Okay, so that means again, because volume is arbitrary and it cannot be equal to 0, so that means the term inside the bracket, which is the integrand, this must be equal to 0. So that means del dot B is equal to 0 और divergence of B is equal to 0, दोनों एक ही बात है. So इस फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हो, ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो. So this is second Maxwell equation. Okay, so this is the second Maxwell equation. Now let us go to the third Maxwell equation. Third equation says that curl of E is equal to minus dB by dt. Okay, so this is your third Maxwell equation. Now this equation can be derived from the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and you might be knowing this. The Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction states that the EMF induced in a closed loop is defined as the negative rate of change of the magnetic flux. ठीक है, जो EMF induced होती है due to the magnetic flux, that is equal to minus d phi by dt, where phi is the magnetic flux, right? And E is the EMF induced. Okay, so E is equal to d phi by dt. We also know that phi magnetic flux क्या होता है, surface integral B dot ds होता है. Okay, where B is the magnetic flux density, right? So total magnetic flux is equal to surface integral B dot ds. Okay, so we can just put this value over here, so that EMF induced is equal to minus d by dt of surface integral B dot ds, right? Which is further equal to minus surface integral, differentiation को अंदर ले जाएंगे, so this will give you dB by dt into ds. Okay, so this is the EMF induced. Also, from other definition, we also know that the EMF induced in terms of electric field intensity, the EMF induced is given by क्या होता है, E is equal to line integral E dot dl.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? So क्या करेंगे, इसको हम equate कर देंगे. Let us say if this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2, so we can just equate both of the equations because दोनों EMF है. So that means line integral E dot dl is equal to minus of surface integral dB by dt dot ds. Okay, अब हम यहाँ पे स्टॉक्स लॉ अप्लाई करेंगे. Okay, so using Stokes theorem to change the line integral into surface integral. So ये जो line integral है इसको हम surface integral में change कर देंगे. Okay, so Stokes theorem क्या बोलती है कि line integral of any vector field A is equal to the surface integral of कर्ल ऑफ दैट वेक्टर फील्ड. ठीक है, ये स्टॉक्स थ्योरम बोलती है. Okay, so we will apply the Stokes theorem over here. So this is the line integral, so it can be converted into the surface integral. So it means line integral E dot dl is equal to the surface integral of curl of E ds is equal to minus surface integral dB by dt ds, right? So now since now on both sides, if you see both sides of this equation, we have the surface integral, so it can be collected to one side, it can be brought to one side so that other side can be made 0. So this will give us surface integral curl of E plus dB by dt into ds is equal to 0. Okay, again since surface is arbitrary, इसकी value 0 नहीं हो सकती है, so the term inside the bracket this must vanish. Okay, so that means curl of E plus dB by dt, this must be equal to 0, and that means curl of E, अब del cross E लिखो, ये curl of E लिखो, one and the same thing. This is equal to minus dB by dt. Okay, or del cross E is equal to minus dB by dt. दोनों का एक ही मीनिंग है. Okay, so this is the third equation of Maxwell in differential form. हाँ जी,
मैं एक बार ये स्टार्टिंग से बता दो मैम.
okay. See, this is the third Maxwell equation in differential form. ठीक है, this is third Maxwell equation in differential form. इसको हमको डिराइव करना है. ओके, सो वी विल बी डिराइविंग इट फ्रॉम द Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction says that the EMF induced in a circuit is equal to the negative rate of change of the magnetic flux linked through the circuit. यही बोलता है ना Faraday's law, है ना. So that means E must be equal to minus d phi by dt, where phi is the magnetic flux and E is the EMF induced, right? अब EMF जो होता है, EMF को अगर आप मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स डेंसिटी की फॉर्म में लिखना चाहो तो कैसे लिख सकते हो? phi is equal to surface integral B dot ds, right? अगर आपका एलिमेंट्री कोई फ्लक्स ले लीजिए, मान लो ये सरफेस है आपकी, राइट? इसमें से अगर कोई यहाँ से फ्लक्स आपका पास हो रहा है थ्रू दिस एलिमेंट्री सरफेस ds, सो phi मस्ट बी इक्वल टू, अगर आपको सारी सरफेस का फ्लक्स निकालना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? उसको इंटीग्रेट करना पड़ेगा ओवर द एंटायर सरफेस. सो दिस इज इक्वल टू surface integral B dot ds, where B is the magnetic flux density, that is the flux passing per unit area. Okay, तो यूनिट एरिया से अगर B पास हो रहा है तो सारे सरफेस से इतना पास होगा. सो दिस इज योर मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स. अच्छा, फिर मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स की वैल्यू आप यहाँ पे सब्सटीट्यूट कर दो तो E इज इक्वल टू माइनस डी बाई डी टी, सर्फेस इंटेग्रल B dot ds हो गया. सो दिस इज इसको आप डिफरेंशिएशन को अंदर ले जाइए. सो दिस इज योर मॉडिफिकेशन. सो फ्रॉम अदर डेफिनेशन वी ऑल्सो नो दैट EMF in terms of the electric field strength, the EMF is given by E is equal to line integral of E dot dl होता है, पढ़ा हुआ है आपने प्लस टू में, ये बेसिक चीज है, राइट? सो E is equal to line integral E dot dl. ओके, अच्छा, इसको हमने सेकंड इक्वेशन बोल दिया. सो कंपेयरिंग बोथ ऑफ दीज इक्वेशन, क्योंकि ये भी EMF है ये भी EMF है, दोनों को कंपेयर कर दो. सो लाइन इंटेग्रल ऑफ E dot dl is equal to this surface integral of dB by dt into ds, नेगेटिव साइन इज देयर. अब यहाँ पे हमने स्टोक्स थ्योरम अप्लाई कर दी, इसको हमने स्टोक्स थ्योरम से चेंज कर दिया. ये लाइन इंटीग्रल था, इसको हमने सरफेस इंटीग्रल में चेंज कर दिया, राइट? सो दिस इज सरफेस इंटीग्रल ऑफ कर्ल ऑफ E, बिकॉज स्टोक्स थ्योरम सेज दैट the line integral of any vector field is equal to the surface integral of the curl of same vector field. तो यहाँ हमने वही अप्लाई किया so that this could be converted into surface integral. So this is surface integral curl of E ds is equal to this one. फिर दोनों को एक तरफ कर दिया. अब क्योंकि ds जीरो नहीं हो सकता, इसका मतलब इसको जीरो होना पड़ेगा. सो इसको हमने जीरो कर दिया. सो दिस इज इक्वल टू जीरो. फ्रॉम हियर वी डिराइव द मैक्सवेल थर्ड इक्वेशन. इज दैट ओके?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the third Maxwell equation, differential form of third Maxwell equation. And now let us move to the fourth one. So fourth equation is curl of H is equal to J plus dd by dt. Okay, this is very important. कई बार यहाँ से छोटा क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, डिस्प्लेसमेंट करंट क्या होता है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, सो so this equation, this fourth Maxwell equation, this can be derived by using the Ampere's circuital law, and then we will talk about the displacement current. Okay, so Ampere's law क्या बोलता है? Ampere's circuital law क्या बोलता है? The line integral of magnetic field intensity around a closed path is equal to the current enclosed by the path. Okay, the line integral of magnetic field intensity around a closed path is equal to the current enclosed by the path. Okay, so mathematically Ampere's circuital law the line integral of the magnetic field intensity around a closed path is equal to the current enclosed by the path. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the Ampere's law. Let us say this is equation number 1. Okay, we also know that I is equal to, in terms of surface charge density, I is equal to surface integral of j dot ds होता है. Okay, so यहाँ पे अगर आप substitute करोगे, so this is line integral h dot dl is equal to surface integral j dot ds. Okay, now we can use the Stokes theorem over here. So this is line integral, ये line integral है. So line integral को surface integral में change करना है. So इसको आप कैसे लिखोगे? This would give you surface integral of curl of h ds is equal to surface integral j dot ds. Okay, अब दोनों तरफ क्योंकि surface integral है, तो दोनों को एक तरफ कर लेंगे. So this will give you surface integral curl of h minus j ds is equal to 0. Okay, again, since this is an arbitrary surface, so this cannot be equal to 0. That means curl of h minus j must be equal to 0. That means कर्ल ऑफ h शुड बी इक्वल टू j. ठीक है, अभी देखो हम यहाँ पे नहीं पहुंचे हैं, अभी हम मैक्सवेल इक्वेशन पे नहीं पहुंचे हैं. दिस इज योर फोर्थ मैक्सवेल इक्वेशन, राइट. सो अभी हमने क्या बोला, कर्ल ऑफ h इज इक्वल टू j. ठीक है, क्या करेंगे इसका? ओके फाइन, सो लेट अस से दिस इज माय इक्वेशन नंबर 2. ओके, नाउ इफ यू टेक द डाइवर्जेंस on both sides of this equation, you will get divergence of curl of h is equal to divergence of j. ठीक है, अब अगर आपने पढ़ा होगा rules, mathematical rules for the divergence and curl, you might be knowing that divergence of curl of any vector field is equal to 0. ओके, डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ, ये आपको हमेशा याद रखना है, डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ कर्ल ऑफ एनी मैग्नेटिक सॉरी डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ कर्ल ऑफ एनी वेक्टर फील्ड इज इक्वल टू 0. ओके, सो ये वाला जो आपका साइड है, दिस साइड विल बी इक्वल टू 0, राइट. सो दैट मीन्स डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ j इज इक्वल टू 0. डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ j इज इक्वल टू 0. लेकिन इक्वेशन ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी कुछ और ही बोलती है. इक्वेशन ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी ने क्या बोला था? इक्वेशन ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी सेज दैट डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ j प्लस डी रो बाई डी टी इज इक्वल टू 0. ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो एम्पियर्स लॉ है वो इक्वेशन कंटिन्यूटी इक्वेशन के तो अपोजिट बात कर रहा है, वो कुछ और बोल रहा है, वो कुछ और बोल रहा है, राइट. इक्वेशन ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी क्या बोल रहा है? डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ j इज इक्वल टू माइनस डी रो बाई डी टी. ठीक है, लेकिन जो एम्पियर्स लॉ है वो बोल रहा है कि डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ j इज इक्वल टू 0. ठीक है, और डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ j इज इक्वल टू 0 कब हो सकता है? एज पर इक्वेशन ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी कब हो सकता है? जब आपका डी रो बाई डी टी 0 होगा, मीन्स व्हेन रो विल बी स्टैटिक. ठीक है, जब स्टैटिक फील्ड होगी, जब टाइम वेरिंग फील्ड होगी तो ये 0 नहीं हो सकता, लेकिन जब स्टैटिक फील्ड होगी तो आपका डी रो बाई डी टी 0 हो सकता है. सो व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन्स एम्पियर्स लॉ is applicable only for the static fields. Ampere's law or Ampere's circular law is applicable only for static fields and it does not apply for time varying field. ठीक है, टाइम वेरिंग फील्ड जहाँ पे टाइम के साथ वेरिएशन हो रहा है वहां पे तो वो बात ही नहीं कर रहा है एम्पियर सर्कुलर लॉ. ओके, तो यहाँ पे मैक्सवेल ने क्या किया, मैक्सवेल ने इस लॉ में, इस एम्पियर सर्कुलर लॉ में मॉडिफिकेशन किया. ठीक है, मॉडिफिकेशन क्या किया कि उसने एक कंपोनेंट ऐड कर दिया. J जो था, J was your static current density. This was your static current density. ठीक है, तो उसने बोला कि J जो है वो अकेला नहीं है, J जो है वो स्टैटिक करंट डेंसिटी नहीं है, उसके साथ कुछ और भी ऐड होना चाहिए इन ऑर्डर टू कंप्लीट द इक्वेशन. राइट, तो उसने क्या बोला कि कर्ल ऑफ H must be equal to J plus some other factor which is JD and which is representing the time varying field, which is representing the time varying field. ठीक है, तो उसने ये मॉडिफिकेशन करी. उसने क्या किया, उसने बोला कि सिर्फ कर्ल H इज इक्वल टू J है, वो ही नहीं है, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. कर्ल H इज इक्वल टू J इज नॉट द ओनली थिंग विच इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग द एंटायर सिनेरियो. ओके, so there must be some factor which must be added in this equation in order to complete the equation. Okay, so what he did, he just added this factor JD into J, and now he said that now this is complete because J is representing the static field and JD is representing the time varying field, current density due to time varying field. Okay, J is representing the current density due to static field and JD is representing the current density due to time varying field. Okay, अब अगर हम यहाँ पे करेंगे डाइवर्जेंस ले लेंगे इसके दोनों तरफ, तो डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ कर्ल ऑफ H is equal to divergence of J plus JD. Okay, so that means because divergence of curl of any vector field is 0, so that means 0 is equal to divergence of J plus JD. Okay, so that means divergence of J plus divergence of JD must be equal to 0, right? That means divergence of J must be equal to minus of divergence of JD. Okay, that means, yeah, but we also know that divergence of J from continuity equation, अगर आप यहाँ से देखोगे from continuity equation, we know that divergence of J is equal to minus d rho by dt. Okay, so यहाँ पे अगर हम इस वैल्यू को सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे, so that means because from continuity equation divergence of J is equal to minus d rho by dt. तो अगर इसको यहाँ सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे, so this will give you minus of d rho by dt is equal to minus divergence of JD. That means divergence of JD is equal to d rho by dt. ठीक है, ठीक है, and from you know this Maxwell first equation, मैक्सवेल की फर्स्ट इक्वेशन क्या बोलती है, क्या डिराइव किया अभी हमने फर्स्ट इक्वेशन में. देखिए फर्स्ट इक्वेशन में हमने बोला डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ D इज इक्वल टू रो, डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ D इज इक्वल टू रो. तो यही चीज अगर हम यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दें, रो क्या है, डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ D. ठीक है, तो इसको यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दीजिए. सो दिस विल गिव यू divergence of JD is equal to d by dt of divergence of D. Okay, which is equal to, which means divergence of JD इज इक्वल टू, डाइवर्जेंस को बाहर ले सकते हैं क्योंकि इन दोनों को आप इंटरचेंज कर सकते हो. सो दिस इज डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ डी डी बाई डी टी. इसको पार्शियल लिखोगे तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा. दिस इज पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ डी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टी. ओके, सो अब यहां से देखो दोनों तरफ डाइवर्जेंस है, सो दैट मीन्स कंपेयर करोगे, सो जे डी इज इक्वल टू डी डी बाई डी टी. ठीक है, सो दिस कंपोनेंट गिव्स यू द variation of displacement vector with respect to time, and it represents the time varying field. Okay, this JD represents the time varying field, current density due to the time varying field. Okay, अब आपका जो इक्वेशन है वो कंप्लीट है, राइट. जेडी की वैल्यू को अगर आप यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दोगे अपनी इक्वेशन में, ये जो हमने माना था, दिस वन. ओके, so then you will get the fourth Maxwell equation, right? So curl of H is equal to J plus JD, and the value of JD is dd by dt. So Maxwell fourth equation gives you curl of H is equal to J plus JD, which is dd by dt. Okay, where this term dd by dt, it represents the displacement current. Okay, it represents the displacement current and it is as effective as the conduction current. जितना आपका ये कंडक्शन करंट होता है उतना ही इफेक्टिव इसका भी कंट्रीब्यूशन है. जब आपका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस होता है ड्यू टू द टाइम वेरिंग फील्ड्स, तो उसमें इसका भी कंट्रीब्यूशन है, राइट. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द मैक्सवेल इक्वेशंस की डेरिवेशन. अभी हमारा को बचता है द इंटीग्रेशन पार्ट, राइट, विच वी विल डू इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. इसको इंटीग्रल फॉर्म में कैसे लिखना है, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा होता है ना आपको एग्जाम में, कई बार आपको डिफरेंशियल फॉर्म में पूछते हैं, कई बार आपको इंटीग्रल फॉर्म में पूछते हैं, राइट. तो इंटीग्रल फॉर्म में करना बहुत इजी है. जो आपने डिफरेंशियल फॉर्म में डिराइव करी है उनका इंटीग्रेशन ले लो. इंटीग्रेशन लेके देन यू कैन रिप्रेजेंट दोज इक्वेशंस इन द इंटीग्रल फॉर्म. वो करवाऊंगी मैं आपको, मे बी इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वी विल डू दैट. Okay, so that's all for today, students. Thank you. Any doubt?
No, thank you.
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, students. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.